Hi, friendos. Hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, feeling awesome, or as awesome as you can feel. Mikey Bly here. Hello, welcome to Object Show Roundup, episode 4. Now, I've already done 4 of these. Unbelievable. And I don't know where to start with this one because, oh my word, so much has happened over the last week with me and my family specifically, and just things in general. So, we did the thing. We went to New York City, we went to the BFDI meetup. We got to see II Season 4, Episode 1. We got to see TPOT 19. We got to meet a whole bunch of cool people. I'm going to rock back a little bit. Because I'm getting ahead of myself already here. It was just so good. It was such a nice time. When we got to the venue, there was lots of cool chalk art just hanging around outside. It was very fun. There was lots of cute little artwork out there, and then there was a park over the road from the show arena center, the theater, where people were doing more chalk art after the event. And we hung out and talked to some of them. I was wearing a pin badge of GPS from Nightly Manor, and there's some Nightly Manor fans just went absolutely bonkers when they saw that, and it was super nice. When we got into the actual venue, we got to meet so many more awesome people, like fans, creators, VAs, just so many awesome people. It's like it was so hard to keep track of everything. I don't know who had more fun. I don't know if me or the kiddo had more fun, to be honest. But it was so nice. And we got to meet Jazzy and Jordan. Jazzy, who voices Paintbrush, and Jordan, who voices Teddy Bear in Inanimate Insanity. We got to meet Fusion Animations, which was so cool. We got to meet Jill Katz, Adam's mom, who plays Tea Kettle. She was actually directing the merch line, being very motherly, of course. And then, of course, we got to see the show itself and all of the creators that came on stage and for the Q&A stuff. And yeah, it was an absolute blast. We had so much fun. It was just so nice to just be there and hang out with so many other fans of the shows. And Kiddo got to meet lots of awesome fans of the shows. And Kiddo got so many things like friendship bracelets and stickers and just good memories. It was really nice. It was a really nice time. And hey, if you can see a white line in this picture separating two pictures, no, you can't. I thought I did a better job with this collage, but obviously I didn't. But yeah, it was an absolute blast. We also got to meet Livy, Chia Battery, and also we got to meet Daniel Val. They both work on the shows as well. We also bumped into Miss Bonniart on the way out, who voices one of the new characters in II Season 4 and also makes awesome Object Show merch. So that was really cool and nice, and I honestly am just, yeah, it was something else. It was such a good time. We would love to go. We would love to go again next year. We really would. We'll try and make it happen if we can. Really, there's lots of variables and dependables, and I know that we were super privileged to be able to actually go. It's not an easy trip to make for some people. We're fortunate enough that we're close enough to get there pretty kind of easily, not cheaply. And staying in New York is not cheap, which is why we literally went on Friday and we came back on Sunday. We got there late Friday afternoon. We got to have around a little bit and do some stuff. And then Saturday was mostly event focused and then chilling in the hotel room. And then flew back Sunday, like lunchtime. It was a whirlwind. It really was. But 100% totally worth it. It was so good. We bought all of the merch. We bought everything. So that means we do have the fiery lamp, which might not. Hang on. You have to slap them to change the colors, which is very fun. We got the nickel and balloon pin badge, which we have not decided where that's going to live yet. But we got that. We got there was 2 sticker sheets. I have already claimed some of these stickers for myself. They're on my whiteboard that's just next to me out of shot here. You just can't see it. But they do live there now. See if you can spot them amidst all of the other random stickers I have on there. There's quite a few free smarters on there. Not at all my favorite team from BFDI at all or anything. But yeah. I just want to say at the bottom right there, that paper sticker is one of my favorite Object Show stickers I've ever seen. I love it so much. Oh, paper is such a goofball. I love him so much. So yeah, a lot of this episode is going to be talking about BFDI and II today because they are the big things. They have dropped a lot. It's like summertime is basically theirs. When the tour is on, they just kind of dictate everything, right? Because like Object Show creators head to the shows, and they're obviously it's a big event. Lots of OSC peeps go there. So it does kind of take things over a little bit. But honestly, we've got some very interesting stuff to talk about over these quick episode roundups. I'm not going to do super deep dives. I'm trying not to do super long deep dives into episodes, but there is quite a few things to go over. Maybe I'll do deep dives separately at some point. Maybe I can start doing videos where we just review a specific new episode of something. Then that'll be pretty fun, actually, but I'm not any kind of analyst. I'm not a writer, so I might not pick up on certain nuances and stuff, but maybe it's something we look at doing in the future if I can ever find the amount of free time to do it. I also forgot we got these fan-made stickers from somebody, of some Algebraians, which are really cute as well. We got two of these. Kiddo got one and I got one. So these friendly folks are going to end up probably on my whiteboard as well. And of course the shirt, right? The actual tour shirt as well. Look at this. All the dates on the back. Ugh. Very cool. One thing you might have noticed is missing from the pile is the posters. We did also get the tour posters. There's 3 designs. We got all of them and left them in the hotel. I was so disappointed and upset with myself because I was running around trying to make sure we had everything packed and good and done. And then we were literally on the subway on the way to the airport. And I realized that we didn't have them. We did contact the hotel. They did, on the phone, say that they had the posters, they had retrieved them, and now I've just been waiting all week to hear if the lost and found department can find them. It's like, what did they do? I guess they took them down to the front desk, and then they have to hand everything over to that department or something, and then they put them somewhere. I'm still hopeful we can get the posters back, because one of them got signed by all the people we met. It's got so many autographs on it, and it was like, that would really suck to lose that. It's like, even if the other 2 posters didn't turn up, just the autographed one would be nice. But at the same time, the memories are never going. We'll always have the memories and the pictures, and we will remember it. So, and like I say, if we can swing it again next year, we'll just get stuff signed again. It's fine. It's fine. All the people we did bump into, though, we didn't get the chance to bump into Derpadon or IFAF. They did post some updates about being at the New York meetup. I believe they're going to some of the other meetups. Oh, shoot, I wish I could remember which ones they said. I think they said they were going to Chicago and LA as well. I think. I know for a fact Fusion's going to LA, and actually so is Webz. So I know those 2 are going. So anybody who's hitting up any of the other shows, they're the ones I do know are going to be at these places. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything from the tour itself. Suffice to say, it was just a wonderful experience. Everyone's so nice. Like it was just such positive vibes the entire time, and like we talked to the people in front of us and behind us in the queue outside. Adam just wandered past the line as well when we went to get in, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's Adam!" It was good. It was good. It was a really good, fun time. And I will be honest, I cried a little bit on the plane on the way back because it just felt like I was just leaving something really good behind. Well, I was leaving something really good behind. I'm a very emotional person. And considering some of the discussions we have about episodes today, if I do cry today, I apologize in advance. It's just, I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. So we better get cracking, huh? So we'll start off with Inanimate Insanity Season 4, Episode 1, because that was the first thing that got shown. Spoiler alert! You are walking into a spoiler zone now, for pretty much now for the rest of the episode, to be honest. So if you have not watched episode 1 of season 4 of Inanimate Insanity yet, now's the time to skip on to the next chapter, or whichever chapter doesn't spoil things for you, because it's going to be this, then it's going to be another one, and then it's going to be another one. So, this is your warning. Time to skip a do. Let's be honest, this was a good solid start to the new season. I was very curious where they were going to go with the story with this one. We did start off in the, I don't know, what would you call it? The Me Afterlife, I guess. We did start here, and boom, we've got some characters. Look at that, Sparky Mervert's back, and Teddy Bear's there. And then we've got this playing card character, and a tip player character, and Belle. And they are all trying to, get back to the real world again. And apparently things have been different since everybody else left, and since the energy source was taken, because Me 4 and 4 does not have the shimmer energy anymore that allowed him to recover players and create things out of thin air. So because that power's gone, apparently this realm has changed. Anyway, Me 4 and 4S was there giving everybody motivation and trying to get them to, come on, you can do it, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a bit of a little intro sequence with all of those characters trying to make it out. And unfortunately, not everybody did make it out.
No!
I'm sorry.
No! I won't leave you here!
Dang.
Yeah, we had a bit of a heavy start with the season there. It's like, I didn't think it was going to be a super easy ride or anything, but we started off with, well, what seems clearly pretty much like a permadeath, which, yeah, was a very rough start. The audience was very much like, it's like the trauma begins, right? But it was a very strong start, like a reintroduction to kind of some of the stuff that happened at the end of season 2. For anyone confused why season 2, season 4, season 3 happened in the middle of, not in the middle, but near the end of season 2. It's a whole thing. Just a reminder, if you do ever watch Inanimate Insanity and you haven't watched it before, watch all of season 1, then season 2 up to episode 14, then season 3, and then the end of season 2. And that's how you do it. But anyway, after that clip, the characters that did make it through popped up in the real world. They bumped into the Floor, who gave them a little bit of a hello and all of that kind of stuff. And then they basically got introduced to how the world works now. They were all confused. They were here for the contest. They were like, we came to play Inanimate Insanity. And well, we don't do that anymore. So there was a whole discussion showing them around about how everything works now, and that included showing them a stage show, explaining what happened and everything like that, and it was super fun. It was super cute. I had to just, like, Children of a Lesser Cobb was the name of the play, and I was like, you know what? I love this. Oh, it was so good. And then we had various characters portraying other characters from across the show. We had Bot there. Bot dressed up as Me Phone, and we had Toilet playing Steve Cobbs. Oh, jeez. Bloom was playing Suitcase. It was just really good. It was just really fun, really good stuff. It's just a nice reintroduction to everything for everybody as well, kind of like a little story wrap-up moment, which was perfect, spot on, really good. Really can't complain about it. And then Paper came out at the end when Balloon realized there was going to be no encore. Paper comes walking out, if you remember the sticker from earlier, wearing that get-up, complaining that they weren't going to do his scene. It was perfect. I loved it so much. It was brilliant. I've got no complaints. It was very well done. Okay, then the newbies got handed over to Clover and Baseball, who were going to give them a wee bit of a tour of the area and stuff. And yeah, they have not got rid of Steve Cobbs' body. It's just still sat there. It's just lying there. It's just, whatever, what are you going to do? It's maybe a constant reminder of what happened and what they've all been through, but also just a little bit macabre. But, it is what it is, I guess. It's like, here you go. There's the evil guy who... I pointed the wrong way. There's the evil guy who nearly killed all of us. Well, became very close to doing so. So that was super fun as well. And of course, just every time a character appeared on screen, crowd was going bonkers. Like for every single character, there wasn't a single character that didn't really get much of a reaction, except maybe Pepper, which I felt a bit sad for Pepper. Pepper didn't get a very big pop when she popped up on screen. We were Salt and Pepper running a hospital now, which is an interesting turn of events. And we've also got Taco as the greeter at a restaurant where the food's apparently terrible, by the way. But we'll get to the restaurant later because this little tour here we did run into the new Death Pact, I guess. Life ring box, paintbrush, and I just carried it with the Meeple logo on it. I can't remember if we've seen them before, and I'm really sorry. I should have maybe checked the character name before I did the video. I'm such a professional. But anyway, they were there, and they've got the bloody safety things on, and they're talking about how you have to be careful, and if you die, you die. That's it. You're done. There's no recovery anymore. And this is where I thought the story was going to go in Season 4. It was one of my little theories I had, was that, like, well, they don't have the power to recover people anymore. I thought a character was going to die, not like happened in the intro sequence. I thought a character here in the real world was going to die, and Season 4 plot was going to be them trying to recover the power to bring people back. I guess I was off base, unless that could still be an aspect of it. We'll see. That's where I thought they might have gone with it. But they do still have some shimmer energy. The aliens did leave them some shimmer energy behind. So they use that to protect the most vulnerable people, which of course includes Lightbulb, because Lightbulb was constantly getting shattered all the time. So I'm thinking it's mostly Lightbulb that this shimmer energy gets used for, because there were some other fragile-ish characters that didn't have the kind of shimmery color. It's like a bluish color to them. They're like, I guess it's really only Lightbulb they're concerned about, huh? Yes. So that was a good little bit of a plot point too. Something we'll have to remember. It's probably going to play an important factor as well at some point. There was also a fun little nod to the fact that this was being played in a theater as well. They had to sneak in a little line that kind of referenced that. And we can thank Paintbrush for this one.
No recording on the tour, please. It's a violation of privacy.
I haven't recorded any of this.
Well, now we feel a little insulted.
So yeah, the little please no recording. Please no recording. And of course, that's another thing to bear in mind, right? We managed to survive that. Well, maybe not everybody did, but me and Kiddo managed to survive the spoilers for the episodes of the show. But now the next leg of the tour has started now, hasn't it? So now we have to avoid spoilers for II Season 4 Episode 2 and BFDIA 22. Fun times. It's going to be another 3 weeks of ducking and diving and trying not to look at things. But good luck, everybody. Anyway, the next stop was the restaurant, where the food is not awesome by all accounts. But Taco was the server. And we had Tea Kettle working in the back with Trophy and a new character called Bonesaw. I think Nickel works in there as well. And we had a fun crossover moment because it's the tour, and I guess they have to sneak a character in somewhere, don't they? So we got some Pencil. Yes, we had some Pencil moments. Very fun, very fun. Pencil was there with the character Magnet, who I also think is a new one. Like, I always forget if these characters have popped up as, like, fan-recommended characters or not, but they seem to be kind of chummy with Magnet. Of course, this could just be a funny little haha, we're on tour together moment. But there could be more to it than that, which we'll get into later in the video. You'll see what I mean later on. There's some interesting discussions going on around this Pencil appearance in II. So after the restaurant, which didn't go well, the steak was too well done, the food was not edible, so they didn't get to eat anything. The next stop on the tour was to meet and greet the people who run and keep control of the OSC. Yeah, you heard me. This is really good.
It's about time you were officially welcome to the OSC! Bum, 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 bum. Welcome to our brand new society.
We're all as happy as
wondering, what does OSC stand for?
OSC stands for the things that we stand for.
They're the 3 guiding principles that we strive to uphold in our community.
Always for order, I keep things organized.
S is for safety, that way nobody dies.
And C is cooperation, not competition. That's the key.
That's the key.
At the OSC.
Your total satisfaction is our guarantee.
The faces of the characters at the end just gets me every time I watch that clip. But what a fun little song! And do you know what? I really appreciate Inanimate Insanity sticking with the whole musical thing. When they first started introducing songs into the episodes, I was like, "Oh, this is great!" It's like I love the musical aspects. There's been some absolutely fantastic songs in the Inanimate Insanity series, and it's just so nice to see them continuing with that trend. That is such a fun song, and I love the way it works. I love the way it works on a few levels. Obviously, it's the words that they were saying, but obviously also Object Show Community, but also OJ, Suitcase, and Cabby. It works 3 ways. I love it so much. It's so fun. It is also interesting that the 3 winners of the 3 II seasons do spell out the letters OSC. That's... I don't know how far ahead they think of these things. I can't imagine it was super planned. But it's a happy little coincidence. But if they did plan it, then super well done to them. I don't know when the term OSC was first coined. But like back when season 1 was getting wrapped up, I'm not sure if they could have known at that time that's where they were going to go. But they could have planned it after that, I guess. Anyway, let's not think about that too much. It's just really fun and really cute, and I really enjoyed it. But anyway, after that, the new characters are all kind of like, whatever. They don't care about this society. They only came back to play the game. That's all they want to do. They don't want to join this group at all. So they all just wander off. And that's when Fan comes in. Fan's like, this isn't working. This isn't working. Nobody's interested. Like, we need to think of something else. So then, he gets basically knocked back by OS&C. And he goes to rant to, well, who do you think he goes to rant to? I mean, who do you think? Of course. He goes to have a rant at Test Tube. Who is touching up light bulbs, shimmer energy protection, force field there. But yeah, so apparently they've had this discussion a few times, and it sounds like Test Tube does agree with Fan on this one. Supportive partner, I love it. But it's a very interesting thing that, and Fan's like, we need to do something. How can we make this work? Things aren't ticking, things just aren't working, right? So, Fan comes up with an idea. He heads back to OJ, Suitcase, and Cabby to discuss his idea about bringing the contest back. But not in, like... It's hard to describe how he explains it, really. It's, like, not in the same kind of cutthroat way that MePhone sometimes ran it. As more of a way to help people find out where they fit. And he's like, the 3 winners of the 3 seasons... all won and then found out where they kind of fit into the world. Whereas all the players who played but never got the chance to do that are still feeling a bit lost and unsure about who they are and what they should be. So Fan suggests bringing the contest back so that everybody has a chance to do that. Totally not accepted by them at the immediately, but then there's an incident at the hotel. There's an incident at the restaurant. Nickel gets stuck in the drain. Well, let's be fair, someone actually threw him in the cheesy, threw him down the drain. And then everybody works together to help get Nickel out of the sink. And Fan's like, see, this is a functioning leadership and all this kind of thing, and we should do the show again. So anyway, they do agree. So then they go to announce it to everybody, and then it's just a super interesting reaction. And this is where things are going to be interesting for what's going to happen in episode 2. Who wants to take part in the new game? Who doesn't? Who is going to just step away and just not even pay any attention to it? Is there going to be some people who are going to try and sabotage the game? Like, we know certain people who really want nothing to do with Marshmallow. Horrified when the idea was mentioned. Marshmallow walked away from the show in season 2 to go and live in the haunted mansion with the ghost of Bo and Dor, and also Apple. Marshmallow brought Apple over there. So it's like there's lots of people who you would assume are just not at all interested and don't want to take part. But it's interesting because there was a little zoom across all of the characters when Fan mentioned the contest was coming back, and some of the reactions you can kind of see like how some people feel about it. Magnet's super happy about it. Cherries looks like they want to have a crack at it. Nickel didn't even want to be in season 2. Jack, one of the new characters there, the playing card, obviously they came to play in the contest. Tissues looks shocked. I don't know if Trophy was booing there or if that facial expression changes to something else. Mike looks interested. Starfruit's there. There's a chance for some contestants that never played before as well, who some people who never played get to take part. I think Pepper's looking kind of enthused. Bot as well looks like they might be wanting to play. Apple, no. Balloon looks mortified. But Pencil also looks kind of intrigued. Pencil taking part in? Again, we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. So now episode 2 is nicely set up to, to show who's going to take part in this new contest. But of course, we couldn't wrap up the episode without one little extra little thing happening, could we? Oh no, there had to be something else. Yes. Poppy. A new character that just shoved their way through the crowd. Where did you come from? Feel like there's some kind of Steve Cobbs connection going on here. Okay, that's a silly thing to say, it feels like. There's clearly some kind of Steve Cobbs connection going on here. But yes. Bomb indeed. Lots of interesting reactions when this character pushed their way through the crowd too. I was like, oh my god, it's Korn. Oh no, not again. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are with Inanimate Insanity Season 4. Very interesting start. Very interested to see where things go from here. Who's going to play? Sorry, I totally forgot to mention. I think it was pretty much decided that Fan was going to be the host, so Fan gets to be in the spotlight. We know that Fan's a big fan of the show, and did do a series where he interviewed people at the at OJ's hotel. So he does like doing little things like shows and stuff. So possibly a good pick. Could maybe have Test Tube as a co-host. If Bot takes part in the contest, though, there could be murmurings of favoritism. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, let's get into BFDI Power 2 Episode 19. Now, I know there's already a million videos going around about this episode, but I will still throw out spoiler warning for this too. There will be spoilers. Obviously, we're discussing the episode. So if you have not seen TPOT 19 yet, then probably it's best to skip this chapter of the video. We've got so much to go through with this one, and I'm going to try my best. I'm really going to try my best. There was a lot. There was a whole bunch happened in this episode, and I swear, right off the bat, it's the most devastating episode of any BFDI show I think I've ever seen. And I did not think that it could hit me this hard. It was so well done. And it just knocked my socks off, and it just left the theater when we were watching it live. It just left them just stunned. It was just, there was like, you could hear a pin drop at some points. It was just really good. Just really good and well done episode. But I gotta say, it's unbelievable how we've come from one like kind of vibe to another with the show in general. Because we've gone from this.
Ha! You didn't make the team. Ow!
Let's make some decorations!
Sure thing.
Who wears those ugly sweaters?
To this.
What happened?
Oh no! Leafy! Leafy!
It's my fault. Where is she? I was the one who pushed her to the kitchen and she disappeared. I still remember her, but she's gone.
You trust me?
Yes, I do. No! Ah!
All done.
What?
Where'd your friend go?
Hey! Birthday! Birthday! She was just here!
No! Undo it! Undo it!
Nope, she's gone too. See this list? One more goes if you don't give it over.
Heavy stuff. I'm sorry, Grassy being upset gets me teed up every time. It was so sad. Oh. But how did we get here? How did that happen? Oh, let's quickly go over it, shall we? Or as quickly as I can, because you know me, I yap a lot and I find it really hard to summarize things super easily. Any hoozles. At the start of the episode, the crack that Black Hole's been trying to keep sealed, that's been hovering around for a while since the shenanigans with the time travel, gets out of control and starts zapping things and warping things and morphing things around. So, and then the sky you saw in the clip just completely, everything just goes dark. So 4 basically goes and nabs 2's power and just dishes it out to the contestants and tries to get them to hold off whatever is happening. And yeah, things just get pretty hairy and not so fun. So what's the better way to distract everybody than with cake and steak, of course? Talk about getting super stressful right from the get-go. The whole world's gone to poopy, and then we have to see who gets eliminated. Brilliant. Such a good start. Yeah, it was fantastic. They went straight down. They went straight up with Team 2's eliminations, and Buck was safe with the most votes. Oh, happy day. I love Buck. Buck and Pencil, 2 of my faves. Just get right off the bat there. So Buck getting that many votes to be safe was like, yay. And then Taggy was also safe. So with this elimination, we knew that one of the friendships was going to get broken up. So as soon as it happened in TPOT 18, I was like, not 18, it's 17. I was like, oh no. It's either Buck and Taggy are going to get split up, or Grassy and Snowball. And it's like, we kind of, that was, I wanted Buck to stay in. And like Taggy's been really growing on me. So I was happy to see those 2 safe, but I just knew. I just had a feeling I knew who was going to be out after this. But as soon as that result was announced, yeah, it was so sad. And I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, I kind of think I know who's going here. And then, yeah, it was pretty much confirmed. Yeah, so Grassy was it was safe, and Snowball's out. And yeah, it was rough times. Poor Grassy. But then Snowball did tell Grassy to stay strong. Snowball's complaining about all the other weaklings that he's had to work with during the show, but basically tried to tell Grassy that Grassy's strong, stay strong. But I mean, Grassy takes that a bit the wrong way. Well, we'll see what I mean by that in a little bit. And also before the next elimination was announced, we had this little shot here of Pencil just looking over at Pen. Pencil had an episode, honestly. I know Pencil's been spiraling for a few episodes in Teapot, and I've got a lot to say about Pencil, if I'm being honest. She did not have a good time in the exit. She's not fully recovered from that. But she's still very much focused on just having an alliance at all times, and that's kind of she doesn't like being alone. And this contest is really kind of, she's been so aggressively trying to pull people back that don't want to be back that it's left her alone, and I think that's caused a lot of a lot of her issues. And there's a lot more we could talk about with that. But that could be, again, a whole thing. So we're not going to get into that. But this little look just kind of broke my heart a little bit as well. It's like Pencil still wants these connections. But we had that little look before the votes started coming in for, and I'm not going to try and say the team name because I'm not musical in any way, shape, or form. But Pen and TB were the first two confirmed safe. Like Pen being way up ahead. I think that's all down to Pen and Lie's interactions over the last in the last few episodes as well. But then I thought Lie would have been higher than this. But anyway, Pen and TB was safe, and we moved on to the next bunch. TV was very reluctant to reveal the results, and that was pretty obvious why. Because TV was out. So there we are. So Pen, TB, Bottle, Lie, all safe. TV out. We did get another little cute moment as well. We got a lovely Pen Lie hug. I love this. Look at this. It's so cute and adorable. Oh, if only the episode could have stayed this way. So then TV announced that the challenge for the day was going to be a battle royale. Last player standing wins. Oh, geez. And of course, a whole bunch of the players had a little bit of the power of 2 in them. So, yeah. The episode quickly devolved into who can be more of a menace, Pencil or Lie? Yeah, Lie just totally flipped. Ha, pun very much intended in this episode. She had a pop at Black Hole, saying that he was being very aggressive and like controlling of everybody. And then that led to a little bit of a spat as well with Pen. And then Lie just went, well, okay, I'm just going to go and do my thing. And yeah, Lie and Pencil didn't waste much time, to be honest. Pencil went straight for it. But that's just Pencil. That's how Pencil's been. Super aggressively trying to win as many challenges as possible. Like, no regard for anybody. Look, you can recover people. So it's like, if it's a battle royale, it's a battle royale. It's whatever. You know, that's how that's what Pencil's mentality is. Lie's descent into mayhem in this episode really just got me wondering. It's like, where did this actually come from? When she was talking about how to maintain composure and stuff with Pen, and then doing this, like, absolutely going off the rails. Absolutely no. You saw in the clip I showed where she tore Marker apart. I was horrified. It was brutal. It was a brutal episode. Like, without going too much deeper into it, there was just so much death in this episode. It was unbelievable. Vast majority caused by Lie and Pencil. More so Lie. There's a scene, I didn't grab it, but if you've already watched TPOT 19, you know what I mean. And if you haven't, and you're still watching me spoil the episode, go watch it. What are you doing? But the scene where Lie kills all of the contestants who didn't make it in the show, the ones who used to be glued to the roof, when she's wiping all of them out, holy heck. Absolutely just brutal. Absolutely brutal. Unbelievable. My wife talked to me afterwards saying, that was so intense. I'm like, yeah, I know. I think my wife might be hooked now. She wants to go back and watch them properly. And I'm like, aha, we got another one. And it's all thanks to Lie crashing out. But when I said that Grassy took the stay strong line from Snowball a bit too seriously, it's because Grassy saw Pencil and said, Pencil strong? And then proceeded to just follow Pencil everywhere. At one point, he jumps onto where her eraser is and wraps his legs. Look, he's cute. I know some people. He's very Marmite. He seems to be very much love him or hate him in the community. I love him. I just think he's just a little guy. He's just a little grassy guy. You know. I mean, I wouldn't say he's up there with my favorite characters, but like, I don't see anything wrong with him. I really like him. So he really latched onto Pencil in this episode. Pencil wanted nothing to do with him. She wanted to just get on with the challenge and get it done, right? So that was that. Oh yeah, and obviously, sorry. This is what I mean. This is going to be hard for me to do because there were so many back and forths. Robotti actually wouldn't take any of the power of 2 from 4 earlier in the episode and wharfed off to that little place they go, the little grey background with which I think is Is that near where the exit is? That's in 4, I think, inside of 4 somewhere. I'm all confused about that area. I should know better. But Robotti just teleported over there. We did see a little scene as well where Robotti was where there's a tent. And then we saw very briefly Bracelety wander into the scene. We saw the people who one previously just banished there with their 6. Bathbag was in that crew, but, well, one erased them from the timeline. And we did get some big revelations regarding that. So GB takes Donut to try out one of her new inventions. This is how Penn gets eliminated, by the way. Donut just destroys him with this machine that Golf Ball makes. I was like, well, we need to do some modifications. And one takes Donut again. And once again, as well, says to Donut, it's like, give me that power you got, and or I'll just do horrible things. And that's when we find out that one also deleted Gaty from the timeline, which is why Gaty is not in the picture frame. But then Donut's reluctant to hand the power over, shall we say. So one erases Bathbag from the timeline. And then basketball as well. We cut to the eliminated contestants, like the Upside Down Hotel place. So we get to see them briefly. There's a cute little Nickel moment. Nickel's asleep snoring, which is a super brief respite from all of the horrors going on. But then basketball disappears as well. That leaves open to interpretation what happens to Leafy, because one also mentions Leafy, the annoying Leaf. So did one also erase Leafy from the timeline? And, that makes the whole fiery on the boat with 8-Ball shouting for Leafy just pain me even more. It's like, it hurts. There was a lot of friendships being broken up in this episode. It was all about friendships either being distant from each other or just being completely eradicated. So we had Snowball and Grassy split up. X was still with the BFB crew as well, which I completely forgot to mention. So X starts heading back to where 4 and everybody else is earlier in the episode, but like X and 4 aren't together in this episode. There's other strained relationships like Lai and Penn seem to have a little bit of a falling out too. So there's a lot of that going on, and Pencil still misses Free Smart as well. So it's a lot about those kind of things. I noticed a lot of that going on too. But anywho, the Battle Royale continues. Donut does give the power to one, and one kicks Donut back out of her little dimensional pocket thing again, and Donut's like, I better warn everybody, and then gets smushed by the Force, the bloody blue 4-style horse that's chasing tennis ball all around the hotel. That's the thing that goes on for most of the episode. I'm trying to stick to the main points. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. There's so many things that happen in it. I'm trying to focus on the main things. So then after Lai kills all of the contestants that didn't make it to TPOT, and Winner, she also takes Winner out of the contest, so not long after that, she heads up to the roof of the hotel where Pencil already is, and one is hovering around, because one has noticed that Pencil is killing the other players and taking that power, right? When you kill someone, you get the little bit of the power of the 2 that's in them. So one obviously sees a good opening here. So yeah, she helps Pencil out on the hotel roof without Pencil really knowing that she's being helped. Takes Lai out of the contest. Then 4 turns up and tries to convince Pencil to like, look, we this isn't the time to do this. We need to work together because there's something worse going on here. But Pencil does not listen, and Pencil takes 4 out. Pencil zaps 4 off the roof of the hotel. 1 is waiting at the bottom of the hotel, catches 4, and then poofs him somewhere. I don't know if she just teleported him somewhere. I don't know if she deleted him from the timeline. I have no idea. But 4 does shout for help from X just before he disappears, which is super sad as well. It's just hit after hit after hit, like emotional wallop after emotional wallop in this episode. It's absolutely it's riveting, but also destroying. It really is. But yeah, after that, one interacts with Pencil and says, all I want is that power from you, and I can send you back, and you can redo everything. You can rebuild Free Smart. You can put your team back together. you can just start again. And obviously we get all these bloody old pictures of the team together and stuff, and Pencil's all sad and I forgot to show these earlier on as well, but I did get the Pencil plush. It's like, happy Pencil, this is what I want to see again, but not like this. Also, sorry, I did totally forget. We did get box as well because it was box and Pencil. I totally forgot when I was showing all the merch. But like, Pencil just needs all of the hugs right now. And I know, Pencil was a menace in this episode. So was Lie, though. And also, she does succumb to this from one. She does agree. She does give one her power. I'll be honest, though. When I first saw this shot happening, I thought that Pencil was attacking one. So I was like, yeah! And then, but pretty much immediately after that, we realized that, no, Pencil was transferring the power to one. And I think it's like, yeah, I think it was more power. I think it was 4. I think it was 4's power as well, because there's blue in there. So Pencil had like a blue arm and a green arm. So now one is like just super OP. And Pencil did say, all right, now, hold up your end of the deal. And one's like, you betcha, no worries. And then just proceeded to just zoop, just zap. And we don't know what one did here. Also, when I took this screenshot, I didn't realize it when I first took it, and it might be hard to see, but there's a little word in this little, as Pencil's being disassembled, that says permanently. And I did take a few more freeze frames, and there's other words like Gatey and Lose, and I think it's like some of the old team names that are popping up and stuff, and logos, and there's like half of Needle, the top half of Needle in one of the silhouettes. So I don't know if anything specific is going on there, but we also don't know where Pencil is now. Did one actually uphold? Does one ever upheld the deal properly with anybody? I'd be very surprised if Pencil did end up getting shot back in time. So Pencil either just got disintegrated. We did just see a little charred bit of floor where Pencil was stood afterwards. Or, and this is why I said we'd come back to this, or did Pencil get teleported to Inanimate Insanity? Is that actually what happened? Is this a chance for Pencil to start just a brand new Free Smart with some II characters? I'd be very surprised if this was the route they took, though, because that means they'd take a whole character into their own show, and they would have to tie their show back to TPOT somehow, because, I hope that Pencil's going to come back at some point, but it would be kind of interesting to see an Inanimate Insanity Pencil, to be honest. It would be, who would she ally with? Probably going to be all girls. We know that Pencil doesn't like boys. So I've already been thinking about which characters she might try and pull into her alliance. I was like, Salt and Pepper, I think, would definitely. They're very Free Smart coded, I feel. But that's just an out there thought. I've seen a few videos pop up about it, and it's like, that is an interesting theory. And like I say, Pencil was around for the restaurant scene in II Season 4, Episode 1. But then she was also there when fans said the show was coming back. She was still there. She was still hanging around. I'm like, was she still in this scene, specifically amidst all of the other characters that might or might not want to take part? I don't know. We'll see. Like I say, Season 4, Episode 2 is at the event. The next 3 events on the tour, so I'm going to have to do my best to avoid all of that stuff. But anyway, now that's all done and dusted, and now one can just do whatever one bloody wants. So one does.
Yes! Yes!
So what that means now is anybody's guess. Really. I don't know. I don't really know where things go from here. But since Pencil was the second last contestant left in the Battle Royale, that did just leave one character standing, didn't it? Our poor little Grassy. We see him crying in the vents of the hotel. kind of last teapot character standing in the battle royale anyway. And yeah, who knows where we go from here. We did get a little bit more stuff though. We also got there was a scene where Price Tag was running away from Lai, and they were rummaging through all of the stuff in the room with a big pile of junk, and come across a little, looks like a mini recovery center thing, and so Taggy puts Winner's name into there, and it doesn't do anything. Cheap piece of junk, throws it away. After the end credits, we realize that putting Winner into that remote actually activates the recovery center to recover Winner. And we finally see what that word is on the recovery center. It's had the cardboard flap over it for the longest time. You could just see an S at the end. And for the longest time, I thought it was going to say somebody's recovery center. I thought it was going to be a name. No, it's Wireless Recovery Center. Don't know how much that's going to come into play in the future. It seems like a lot of build-up for not much payoff, if I'm being honest. It just doesn't feel like I guess because it means that Winner was brought back, recovered, so Winner can maybe recover other people now. But who knows? The planet's in the middle of nowhere now. Everybody's dead except Winner and Grassy and the BFB contestants and X and 2. As far as we know, they're all still kicking, and that includes Loser, who did set off on a journey to reunite with Winner in the last Teapot episode. And the last scene, after Winner gets recovered, Loser comes across the horizon. They run to each other and they hug. So we had all the friendships split, but then we had a friendship reunited at the end. It's this little glimmer of hope. And I think that's what they're trying to do with that. It's the little, this isn't over yet.
Hello? Hello? Who's there?
So now it's a case of who's going to take 1 down, because 4's gone, 2's got no power. None of the other players that had any of the power given to them are left. So really, it's Winner, Loser, X. I guess 2 could be there to assist somehow. I don't know. It's going to be wild. It's going to be absolutely wild. And I wanted to note one more thing, because I do not want Pencil to only get negative feedback from this episode, because Grassy is still alive and wins this contest because of Pencil. And it's interesting because there's 2 very similar scenes from TPOT 19 and BFDIA 5C.
I don't have time for your nonsense, and if you're gonna keep doing... Grassy? Grassy, I didn't mean it. You're safe here, Grassy. From them and, well, me. I'm sorry.
Do I press it?
Yes, of course. Of course, you dum-dum! Of course you press it! Okay, I'm sorry, Ruby. It's just, I really want to get out of here. And we're so close. I just didn't know how to act. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I was not the one, by the way, that picked up on this. I did see somebody else comment to say that Pencil just was reminded of Ruby in that episode when Grassy started crying. And it's and again, though, it shows that Pencil still has heart, you know, and it's like there's hope. Because if BFDI has had anything, it's been redemption arcs for characters. Flower and BFB being one of my favorite examples of that, because, you know, Flower was just this horrible character, just bullied everybody, was mean to everybody. Still has a little bit of that streak in them, but surely that the BFB growth really showed, and I was actually over the moon when Flower won BFB. That she really won me over in that season as it went on. So I really hope the pencil gets to have a similar arc of coming back and just. Man, I just don't know. I just feel really bad for Pencil. I just really do. I don't know, everybody does, but I do. And that pretty much brings us to the end of TPOT 19. And what a ride that was. It was something else. And I've talked for way longer than I expected / wanted to on this. Sheesh. It was absolutely ridiculous. I knew it was going to take ages. But honestly, thanks to Jack and Jellyfy and Animation Epic for just being awesome peeps who tour around like that and get to have lots of people come see them and have creators go to the shows and hang out with them as well. And it was so good. It was really good. We had a really good weekend, and getting to see the shows live was really, really good. Getting to watch them on YouTube without the crowd just cheering was also fun, because we can actually, you know, follow things a little bit closer. I know I've probably missed pieces out, and I haven't gone over every little tiny piece of everything, but that is the majority of things. Gosh, we still have some things to go over as well. Oh, because you know what dropped yesterday? BFDIA 21, which is the episode where we got to find out who got voted to be the host of the next episode. And also there's a few other interactions. So again, I will caveat this by saying, spoiler alert, we are now discussing BFDIA 21. And that has only been out for, well, by the time this goes up, it'll be 2 days. But just a heads up, if you haven't seen it yet, zoop on over to the next chapter. This will not be as in-depth as the II or TPOT discussion for sure, just because I don't want to be talking for like 10 million hours on this. But BFDIA 21 was way more lighthearted for the most part than TPOT 19 was. I think we needed a bit of a break from the mayhem. There was a lot of, basically the main plots were Leafy hanging around with Pin, the TB trying not to get busted for saying he's going to betray Needle, and the Locker of Losers announcing who the next host is going to be. So it was a lot of fun stuff. The Buck, Tennis Ball, Needle interactions were really fun. Especially Buck reading what TB had written in his book. I hate Needle, I will betray the pact, frowny face on the page. It was just fun. It was just really fun, goofy stuff, and like, it didn't feel super serious in any way. I mean, it was serious because TB does want to betray that pact after all and stuff. And then Buck's like, well, I'm going to tell Needle unless you're nice to it and all this kind of stuff. It was just silly, goofy fun. And then we had the Locker of Losers peeps, and they were waiting for the results of the hosts to come through. So we got to see a whole bunch of characters from this side of the timeline, from, you know, pre-TPOT timeline and everything. And that was really fun to see all of them hanging out together and stuff. Very good. We also got a call back to BFDIA 5B, the game. Look at this. GB obviously super not happy about being back in there again. So we had these folks trying to figure their way out of this. So that was a fun little callback as well. It was just lots of fun little moments in this one that I had a real good time watching. And we also had another moment where we thought, because we thought Coiny was really upset in the previous episode. It turns out he was just sleeping. We had a similar moment where he was just leaned up against a tree. It's like, he sleeps like that. This time he wasn't sleeping. He was upset. He was actually really upset about betraying the War Bunch. But Needle had a chat with him. He's like, no, well, you can still make friends again. It's not the end of the world. You can figure this out. And that was pretty much everything. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go super deep into this one because it was a lot of a lighter episode. And anybody who has followed anything with the BFDIA stuff, the host announcement was the biggest non-surprise I think I have ever come across in any object show voting thing. It just always felt clear-cut from the beginning what was going to happen with this. But for now, let's just have a couple of the fun, nice moments from the end of the episode. So we had a really nice Leafy and Pin moment.
Thank you so much, Pin. I know you didn't really want to help, but I still appreciate you going out of your way to...
Ew, don't touch me, you menace. I mean, sorry, no problem.
Pin, where are you?
Looks like we're both gonna have a reunion.
Oh, okay, I'll leave. But not because I need friends, but only because I can't stand to look at your hideous face. Goodbye, Leafy. May we never cross paths again.
The little Leafy eye roll at the end of that clip just really made my day. It's just so adorable. I love it. And Pin, like, well, I don't like you at all or anything, you know, but it's like, you just know. You just know Leafy did get through to somebody there. And Leafy's been having a really rough time in BFDIA. Obviously, at the end of BFDI, she steals Dream Island and everything. But, you know, it's just nice to see Leafy make a connection. It feels like she's been really left out in the... really left out in the wilderness for a while. So it was really nice. It's been really nice to see Leafy get more time in the last few episodes, and this one was just like peak. There was so much fun Leafy and Pin interaction. So fun. So I enjoyed every single scene they had together. The best. Really funny. And then the next fun little moment was Pin and Coiny reuniting with each other.
I'm sorry for being a terrible ally.
Friend.
What?
Huh?
I'm the reason we're both up for elimination. If I were a good woe bunch, we'd both be safe.
I don't care about that anymore. I just want to be friends again.
You really mean it? But what about Dream Island?
Winning the island would be great, but I realized today that I'd rather lose than be all alone.
Really? So, woe bunches till the end?
Yeah, sure. Woe bunch till the end.
The hug. The friendship. It's like, and this is the thing as well. This is one way of looking at this. Pin was really competition focused for the last few episodes of BFDI. So much so that, you know, she did some rough stuff to some of the contestants. Some of my favorite contestants specifically. But this was really nice, and it's brought Pin back from the edge a little bit, I think, and it's made it harder for me. Because I was kind of all in on Pin's lost it in this season. I'm done with Pin. But now I'm like, oh, dang it. And the Pin Leafy stuff was really fun. The Pin and Coiny reunion was really cute. And I'm like, okay, well, I still know who my favorites are, okay? Buck and Needle. Still my two favorite contestants left in this season. I'm not going to say for sure that those two are going to make it all the way through or anything, but we'll see, I guess. But of course, you can't have too many nice moments without something going a little bit wrong, can you? Of course not. There's got to be something bad. And yeah. So the whole point of the Leafy and Pin interactions were Leafy was trying to get a yellow tomato, as Pin would say it, several times in the episode, to unmetal herself from eating all the oil berries, which turn you metal. So a yellow tomato is apparently the way to... Well, we do know. It's not apparently. It's the way to get rid of that. So the whole episode is basically Pin and Leafy hanging around, trying to get a yellow tomato. And yeah, Leafy gets one. And she's like, maybe if I'm not metal, then Fiery will remember who I am. Because Fiery had been acting like he didn't know who Leafy was, right? So it's like, well, now, got the yellow tomato. We'll be Leafy again. Reunite, right? Yeah. Yeah.
What? Who?
Me! Hi, Fiery. It's me, Leafy.
Oh, thanks for recovering me.
No problem.
Stranger.
What? Fiery, we're...
Anyway, I should really get back to my friends. Goodbye, stranger.
Oh, wait, Fiery. Don't go! Oh, my heart. My heart can't take this. My object show's hurting me so much. I swear. I can't take it. Now, here's the thing. We do know that Fiery was pretending to not know / not be friends with Leafy. Even after this. So this does kind of make sense. But it's just the way... It's only Fiery and Leafy that are there at that moment in time. Fiery doesn't need to pretend. So I'm like... What? Could there be something else there? Maybe, or is it literally just Fiery like, no, I'm not associating with you. I don't want anybody to know that we were friends, even though everybody from season 1 knows that they're friends. But regardless, it was a painful way to end the episode. It also showed us that Leafy is the host of BFDIA 22, which is the most clear-cut thing. Like I say, it was the only... They'd been putting Leafy into the episodes before this vote came up, and I'm like, they planted the seeds for this one. Definitely. They were like, we're going to make sure that people have Leafy at the front of their minds. I will say, when I voted for the host, I voted TD, Teardrop, just because I'm a goof. But I also thought it'd be funny. Teardrop didn't even make top 10. I was kind of surprised. I thought she would have got higher than that. But regardless, yes, Leafy's going to host the next BFDIA. Everything's set up for that to be super interesting. If Fiery turns up. Fiery's eliminated from BFDIA, so he's not a contestant. He could just wander off and not be in the next episode. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of host Leafy's going to be. Probably not going to be in the best frame of mind, I would say. And it's also going to be interesting to see who gets eliminated. It's either coin or pin. So either way, the War Bunch is going to be down to 1. So that's we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got to wait a few weeks until the tour is done, and then I'm sure they'll drop the episode. I'm feeling it'll be the same as they did after the New York shows over the weekend, and they dropped the new episodes. Both Animation Epic and Jack and Jellyfish dropped the new episodes literally the day after. They dropped them on the Monday. They were 1 hour after each other. Animation Epic dropped II Season 4 Episode 1 first, and then an hour later, TPOT 19 landed. So I think it'll probably be the same deal. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it / not looking forward to it at the same time. Whew, okay. That is everything from the Jack and Jellyfish Animation Epic side of things. And I'm so sorry this took up so much time of the video today. I just knew it would, because there was a lot to go over. There was 3 brand new episodes to go over. And the tour and stuff. But we made it. And I do have a few little other updates that I want to drop quickly here. I don't want to leave out everybody else who's talked about anything the last week. I don't want it to be overshadowed, but that's why I have chapters in these videos, so you can get to things easier. Let's have a super quick update here from MationsBomb. They did drop another little quick Orbit update. My personal deadline for Orbit 2 is July the 30th or August the 1st. Depends. So it looks like we're getting Orbit 2 by the end of the month or super early in August, which works out just about right because we don't go on our holidays until the 7th. So that gives me time to get Orbit 2 watched and for us to have a little chat about that as well. So hopefully it lands then. If not, it happens. MationsBomb, it's I don't want to rush anybody, right? It always takes however much time it takes. So Orbit 2, hopefully by the end of the month. That would be good. If not, no panic, Mations. Work on it in your own time. Do what you can. Snailvine, the legend, dropped an object show that they made 5 years ago. It was like kind of an object show challenge to do like all object show in 7 days. 7 days object show. It's 46 minutes of absolute chaos. And you know what? I actually really, really enjoyed watching it. It was really fun. Don't be fooled by the red bar that's not all the way over. That's just, I took the screenshot after the video auto-played for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I need to take this before I watch it and get it ready for the video. It's really fun. It's just really fun, goofy, silly. It's not exactly peak animation or anything, but it's got a lot of charm to it. It's worth watching. It's just really silly. It's just absolutely just ridiculous. So if you want to pass a little bit of time, if you want to come down from all the heavy episodes of shows we've had lately, this is a nice way to do it, I would say. So yeah, it's well worth a watch. It's super fun. Snailvine just dropping stuff. Don't have to do that either, right? Even Snailvine's like, it used to be uploaded somewhere and it got taken down. And I'm putting it back up again. It's like, you know what? I respect it and I appreciate it. Thank you for gracing us with this. You don't have to show your old work if you're embarrassed of it, or if you think it just doesn't match the quality you are now. It's really nice for people to see what you used to do, right? You can still go and watch my super old YouTube videos where my microphone wasn't set up right. I'm not getting rid of those. They're going to be testament to how bad I was forever. Why would I get rid of that? Anyway, that's really fun. This was really fun. I really appreciate Snailvine for dropping it on us to watch. I mean, we got some Webz updates, some updates from Oh, would it be 6? Anyway, the next episode of 3 is underway. The audio is being worked on right now. Webb's dropped a few lines. I want to talk about some of these lines from the show, by the way. Can we discuss some of these? We've got Muffin, feel like such an idiot. It's like a bit more serious line. Sometimes we all feel like what we are. And that's okay. Calling Muffin an idiot. And then we've got this one. English Muffin explodes. That seems unrelated. And then we've got this one, though. This is the one I wanted to... Wait a second. Hang on a minute. Poison saying, yeah, normally I'm not tied up when I'm in therapy. And Go Machine saying, I am. Hello? What's going on with that line? Do we want to dive too deeply into that one? Or should we just not? Maybe we shouldn't. But anyway, I appreciate Webb's giving us some of the lines from the episode to tide us over until it's ready. But keep your eyes peeled. Looks like the next episode of 3 is well underway. I also want to just highlight this fun little discussion between Webbs and Wuggolo. Listening to 6 recordings and why my voice actor's always doing Oscar-winning performances. Like, I don't deserve them. So glad they all stuck around. And then Wuggolo's like, thank you for the glazing, bro. If only you do your lines for me on time. Webb's shot back pretty quick. You have a recording studio in your house, and I record in a closet and don't check my pings. Oh. Oh, that's my comfort creator trying to call me out. It's so fun. I love how so many of the creators of object shows all hang out and know each other, all work on each other's shows. You know, a whole bunch of them have worked on Jack and Jellyfy and Animation Epic stuff. You know, it's like this big amalgamation of talent. And like, I love that. It really does make it more feel like more of a community. It's all people working with each other to make really cool stuff. And I think that's what makes everything work so well. And long may that continue. Also, I want to quickly mention, actually, there's a couple of other things. Animation's Nightly Manor creator also did the end sequence from TPOT 19, the winner-loser reunion. I was like, oh, that's nice that you get to do something that's not heartbreaking. All the heartbreaking stuff happened before that. So it was nice that Animations got to put something nice in there that didn't destroy my heart. So thanks for that one, Alan. That was nice. Really appreciated that scene. It was beautiful, actually. And we've got a couple of little Wuggolo updates as well here. We've got Wuggolo with the paint palette plush, which is going to be dropped at the same time as Object Lockdown episode 13. So, going to have to try and resist the temptation. I've spent a lot of money. Over the last few weeks. But this is a very adorable plush. And it's going to be super exciting to see that come out. Another plush to add to the bloody list of plushes that we want in this house. Holy heck. And Wuggolo actually had kind of like two merch updates because Wuggolo worked on the Grassy plush as well, which is out. It came out, I believe it dropped the same time that TPOT 19 came out on YouTube, so it's like it was kind of a joint up. Considering what Grassy went through, and even the fact that you've got Plushie next to a vent, it's just painful. It just hurts. Why would you do that? But anyway, yeah, Wuggolo put work into making the Grassy plush design as well. It's polarized people, which I think that's a bit unfair because that is a hard plush to kind of get, kind of right. I think he's a cute little fella. I'd happily have him join our plush collection, to be honest. I appreciate all the work Wuggolo's put into this stuff, personally. But then anyway, that's pretty much all of the updates we have. Thank you all so much for bearing with me on this one. I did, after the first episode, I was like, not everyone's going to be super long. Not every video is going to be as long as this one, I promise. There's just a lot happened, right? Just a whole bunch of stuff happened, and I had to get through all of it. So thank you so much, everybody. I do have some other stuff to talk about next time. I just don't want to try and squeeze it into this video now because it's already gone way longer than I wanted it to. But we do have some cool new stuff to talk about in the next video next week for sure. There's another show that me and the kid all watched that I want to talk about. I think I mentioned it last time. OSC by IFAF 17, Durbidon's brother. We did watch those, so I do want to talk about those. There was also a cool trailer for a new object show that we watched. Me and the kid all watched together last night that I want to dive into a little bit as well. Snailvine shared that one. And yeah. So we'll do those next time. because I think I've taken up more than enough of your time today. So, Box, Pencil, and Fiery all say goodbye as well. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And I will see you in the next. Yeah, sure. I have talked for an hour and a bit. It's fine. I could slip up on a word here and there. The next episode of Object Lockdown. Bye, everybody.